I thought I'd cover a very quick lesson today about what I've learned. This came up on a cool conference the other day that I did with some students like yourself, and I thought it would therefore be useful just going through what I think the keys are, because that was the question I was asked. Firstly, is have a plan. I have strategies, I have plans, and I like to follow a proven system, so that it takes the emotion out of my decisions and therefore it gives me more consistent results. If you make educated investment decisions based on your research and buy property that's below what we call its intrinsic value, i.e. you've seen an opportunity to develop it that will make it worth a lot more money, then you're going to make money, and that's what it's about. Next point is I take a long-term perspective. Although I'm in and out of things quickly, I'm always learning, I'm always moving on to the next set of property options in an area. I'm still working the first area I started building houses in, which everyone told me, oh, there's very few opportunities here. Well, I'm finding land still today and development opportunities and back garden infills, etc. And I will make a good return on that. And the other thing is, by putting my signs outside every development I do or land I option, I get people that drive by in different areas ring me up and say, oh, can you come and have a look at my back garden or my house, see if there's any potential there to make some money. You get a reputation, and that's important. So, you know, be good to people, be good to their word, do unto others as you have others do unto you, and you'll do very well. Obviously, this is my business, so I treat property investment as a business. That sounds like a funny thing to say, but it's not a sort of a bit of fun for me. I have a good team of advisors that I trust and I work with and I get good information from. I've even taken up playing golf because some of them kept bugging me to have a round of golf on a Friday with them. So very often on a Friday afternoon, after I've done my blog and everything else, I will be out having a round of golf on one of Dorset or Hampshire's finest golf courses. But at the same time, I am working because I'm finding out what's going on. That's very, very important. You also need to understand from an accounting perspective how taxes are changing and the laws are changing, so you maximise the money you make. Fourth point is this crowd psychology, this bandwagon idea. Crowd psychology influences people's investments decisions, generally to their own detriment. So you need to be very, very careful. As we say, you never get in at the bottom and you never get out at the top, but as long as you're buying low enough and selling high enough that you're making a profit, that's fine. But having your advisors around you will help you not be part of the bandwagon scene. The fifth point I've put here is history, because there's always reasons not to invest. If you look back, you'll see every year there's some sort of crisis, whether it be financial crisis, interest rates, bank going under, change to laws, terrorism, a war. There's always a reason not to do something. But you're taking a long-term perspective. Every year won't be crisis-free, just realise that. Make sure you have a good strategy and a good plan, and you understand and manage your risk. And history will do whatever it does, and you'll continue to get the same results of making a profit. Seeing the big picture, like a much analysis of a market, and we've got so much data today available to see what prices are and what we're likely to make, it's very easy to get caught up in that big picture. And sometimes you need to turn around and have a sort of more of a micro view of things as well. And the devil can often be, as they say, in the detail. And remember that you are in the property business. You are in a business that has rules to it. Don't go for get-rich-quick schemes or tax strategies that people sell you. And watch who you trust, because property is full of people that make a good living out of basically taking money off novice property developers. Believe me, I've been there, done that, got the t-shirt. You can also use debt as a tool to help build your business. But remember that cash flow is sanity and turnover is vanity, as my accountant keeps drumming into me. So yeah, fine, take on debt if you need to, but make sure you can service the payments on it. That's why options work so well, because you don't need to borrow money then, you don't need to worry about those sort of issues. It's a much cleaner and easier way of doing it. But if you do decide to go down the build route, like I have now, just make sure you've got your cash flow right, and you've also always got a little buffer in case your build costs go up, or, as I often find, another opportunity comes along which you think, oh, if only I had some more money to do that. Very important. And let's look at short-term drivers of property values. In the short term, it's driven by human psychology, market sentiment, interest rates, supply and demand to some extent as well. But in the long term, the value is always well-located properties in up-and-coming areas. Population growth, the wealth of the nation, which hopefully will increase substantially over the next few decades in the UK, will give you quite a lot of opportunity. So you've got your short-term drivers and then your long-term drivers. So as you do your research, just bear those in mind. So those are sort of the key things that I've learned that I thought I should share with you.